Stolen Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP benefits, continue to be an issue in Houston and beyond. Feds are now getting involved in investigating the thefts. Fox 26's Abigail Dye looks at whether a possible remedy is in sight for victims here in Texas.
Your food balance is $0.00.
I used my Long Star card, my SNAP benefits. I had just gotten them that night at 12 o'clock because it was Friday. They land on the 15th. Well, when I left here, I went home and I woke up the next morning and everything was erased from my card.
SNAP EBT cards wiped clean. It's a sad reality. This woman says that she used her card at this South Houston gas station and just one other location, spending about $40. Somewhere along the way, her information was stolen and her remaining balance gone.
There's other people out here that are taking from that have kids. It's a bigger deal than this. And it's just getting worse and worse. So no matter where we go, they're still doing it.
The USDA says there are more than 15,000 claims for stolen SNAP benefits in Texas in the first 3 months of 2025. And the Office of the Inspector General says these thieves steal the SNAP information using credit card skimmers. Waking up, seeing that zero balance, how did that make you feel?
Made me sick. My birthday's Friday. And it sucks. I don't even have money for to do something at my house.
Federal funding that replaced those stolen funds, it ran out and expired in December of 2024, leaving a lot of these victims with no remedy.
There's no coming back from it. We have to wait for a whole nother month to receive our SNAP benefits again.
So now you have to go a month without your money for food.
I'm gonna have to go get food banks and stuff like that just to support myself.
Congressman Al Green did introduce a bill that would replace that funding, and he says that he has introduced similar legislation into President Trump's big, beautiful bill to try to bring this federal funding back for good and put this money back in the pockets of Houstonians. Would you like to see the federal government step in and provide that?
Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, it would be awesome.
The Office of the Inspector General has laid out tips that people can use to avoid this kind of fraud. You can read all of these on this story on fox26houston.com. For Fox 26 News, I'm Abigail Dye.
Well, tonight, Houston police are investigating alarming incidents in quiet neighborhoods around the city. A sexual assault, a robbery, and several peeping Tom cases inside gated communities in the Upper Kirby area. Fox 26's Jillian Hartman breaking down who police are looking for.
Well, neighbors are on edge tonight after a man is accused of sexually assaulting and robbing a woman here at the Village at West University Apartments. Houston PD shared this surveillance video on social media, saying they're looking for the man seen in this footage who allegedly broke into a woman's apartment last Thursday, assaulted her, and stole money. They showed these close-up photos of the man. A neighbor tells me it's shocking.
Freaked out. Like I said, definitely just like, how could this happen? How you know, like it's a nice complex. Like I moved in here simply because it's a nice complex and this is happening.
That neighbor said the complex owned by Grace Star posted this note on every door and emailed everyone, alerting them of the incident and warning residents to keep their doors and windows locked, to not let anyone in they don't know, and to call police if they see anything suspicious.
We can't just have someone who's committing crimes just running around and doing that to people. Like, you're attacking people, stealing from people, sexually assaulting people. That's disgusting and deplorable behavior, and people like that need to be taken off the streets because it puts innocent and good people in harm's way.
At the same time, Houston police are investigating a separate case that happened months ago, less than a mile away in another gated community. Police say here at these apartment homes managed by Morgan Group, a woman reported that a man was looking through her window on 4 occasions, 3 times in January and once in March. Police say that man is seen on video and they are looking for him. We did ask a resident about this, and he said it's the first time he heard about it.
Like I said, I haven't heard any bad stories of this area, and kind of to find that out, it's a little intriguing, something to stay on top of. Hope they catch him soon and hope it doesn't happen again.
Now, I reached out to Morgan Group and Gray Star. I'm still waiting to hear back. Right now, Houston police say that the incidents are not linked together and they are investigating both cases separately. I'm Jillian Hartman, Fox 26 News.
This 35-year-old man here is accused of charging people to haul off their heavy trash and then dump it illegally. Fox 26's Randy Wallace reports from the Northeast Side neighborhood that he allegedly used as his own personal landfill.
Obviously, there's nothing illegal about hauling off junk people no longer want, like furniture and appliances. It's what Randy Salias allegedly did with the junk that got him arrested.
What the people thought is he was going to dump it to a proper place, and he actually on-viewed this guy, kind of followed him a little bit just to see what he would do with the trash, and actually witnessed him firsthand actually illegally dump all of the material just right on the side of a road. He actually was forced to clean up what he had just dumped, which is what I think all these cases should involve. They should involve part of the disposition of their case should be that they actually have to clean up the site that they illegally dumped.
It didn't take long before someone dumped trash in the same spot investigators say Salias chose. Get this, Constable Rosen says Salias lives just a couple of miles from this spot. Now, according to Rosen, most people who dump illegally do it within 2 to 5 miles of their house.
Which is surprising because it really is a quality of life issue. When you start dumping trash on the side of the road, it affects property values.
Rosen says environmental investigators have 155 cameras all over Houston and Harris County to catch people who dump illegally. Reporting from the Northeast Side, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
Well, a man is in custody tonight accused of killing his girlfriend and then sending a photo of her body to his family. The shooting all happened last night on McHenry in southeast Houston. Fox 26's Jillian Hartman went back to that scene today. The victim's family says their loved one didn't deserve this.
Well, it's a horrific case. Police say a man shot and killed his girlfriend inside their apartment here last night along McHenry Street. The suspect then allegedly sent a photo of his girlfriend's body to his sister, who then called 911 and shared that photo with the victim's family.
She said, I think he killed her. And then she sent a picture of my sister.
The victim's sister also told us the suspect then threatened to harm her family.
He reached out to his sister to let his sister know what he'd done. So, and then he sent her the picture, and then he told her that he was on his way to get her family next.
When police arrived on scene around 9 last night, they found the woman dead after being shot multiple times. After searching for hours, they located the boyfriend in the Willowbrook area around 3 this morning and took him into custody. The victim's sister said the couple was living together and they had been dating for at least 6 years. She described their relationship as volatile. She said her sister was a good person and did not deserve this.
She's loved her kids, of course. Loved her dad more than anything I could say. Very free-spirited, happy, someone who just, you know, she would do what she can for those that need it.
Now, police say the suspect also shot a man in the parking lot here last night in an unrelated case, and that man is expected to live. Police say they believe the suspect may have been struggling with mental health issues. HPD is investigating, and at this time, the suspect's name has not been released. I'm Jillian Hartman, Fox 26 News.
A man accused of recording a woman inside of a bathroom stall at a Houston brewery is now behind bars almost a year later. We first told you about this story back in 2024, but now our Abigail Dye has an update on the arrest.
These days, we record everything on our phones. Unfortunately, some people use that tool as a weapon. It was July 22nd of last year here at Bad Astronaut that this incident happened. Tell me what happened.
We were here celebrating family's friend's son's birthday, and I had to go to the restroom. And while I was in the restroom, I noticed someone's arm with a camera filming as I was using the restroom.
And in those moments, what went through your mind?
Just shock, anger. Unbelievable at that time.
Once you realized this was happening, what happened next? What did you do?
I immediately screamed and yelled at the person to, you know, who are you, leave or whatever, and I ran out of the restroom and chased tried to chase that person down.
The staff here acted fast. From their cameras, they pulled this video and got it to police in less than 24 hours.
He ran out the bathroom door, ran out the building and down this sidewalk and all the way down the street. We were able to pull his name just from the tab and like what he'd been ordering. He happened to be here for a few hours that night too. I immediately handed over his name. We actually did more on our part and found his social media, his Instagram, and his Facebook. So that was all turned over immediately.
Now, almost a year later, Edry Vieira is behind bars. He was charged on the 13th and arrested on Tuesday.
I mean, I'm just glad that they finally got caught up to him.
I'm excited. I'm grateful. This really makes me feel good for other people coming forward with their story and not being afraid. Hopefully I can help someone tell their story.
Records show Vieira is on an immigration hold due to an immigration violation, saying that he's a Mexican national. He's now charged with invasive visual recording. Here in Harris County, 12 of those charges have been filed so far this year.
Houston Police Department, they were very kind. I had the police's cell phone. We texted all the time. We stayed in touch. And I mean, they knew who the guy was.
A year-long investigation. Police say it simply took that long to identify this suspect and build this case. For Fox 26 News, I'm Abigail Dye.
Welcome back. Only on Fox here tonight. A Kingwood couple almost lost $8 grand from their Wells Fargo account in a very elaborate scheme that we first told you about back in February. Fox 26's Randy Wallace has an update from Kingwood.
Joan Leon says she had every reason to believe she was talking to Wells Fargo Bank, but later the bank would tell her that they got scooped, meaning unauthorized parties intercepted phone lines and accounts. They're telling you things that only the bank would know.
Well, and he's building my confidence, and he's telling me, you know, the card needs to be destroyed. It's been compromised. You need to cut it up. We have a fraud representative in the bank, and I can send that person to your house to pick up the cut up card.
Sound familiar? Heather Sanders fell victim to the same scheme last February. The caller told Heather to cut her card in half, put it in an envelope, and a courier was on his way to get it.
What he told me was that Wells Fargo was getting really tired of scammers getting away with it.
But you believe the woman who showed up to get the card went over to a Kroger a mile away from you and got almost $8,000?
Oh, she did. Absolutely. There's film showing it, yeah.
Wells Fargo at one point accused you of somehow taking part in this.
Yes, so when they denied the claim, they said the claim was denied after their investigation. They believe that I took part in it or someone I knew has withdrawn the funds.
What did you think, them trying to blame you?
I was highly insulted and offended by the bank that they would do that without speaking to me and without disclosing what information they had that they came to that conclusion.
When they say, no, we're not going to give you the money back, they give you the money back.
And all along we were saying to ourselves and to the bank that if we don't get our money back, we're going to go to the media and we're going to make it our goal to get this money back, and that's why we contacted you.
The Leons also filed a case with HPD. We reached out to Wells Fargo for a response. We've yet to hear back. Reporting from Kingwood, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
A family's legacy erased. They say a real estate mogul forged signatures to steal their inherited home.
Wow, the house was then sold to someone else without their knowledge and demolished without warning. Fox 26's Jillian Hartman explains how this all started and why the family is now demanding justice.
Yeah, the family tells us that their beloved home was stolen that once stood here along Coughlin Street for decades. Now their fight for justice began with a forged signature and ended with it being demolished. Tonight, Vanessa Volbacken, Charles and Ronald Kelly are speaking out. In 2017, they inherited their late father's home with other relatives. They shared these videos of growing up in the home their dad proudly owned since the 60s. In 2019, when they decided to put the house up for sale, the family attorney said what happened next was unimaginable.
They were approached by local fraudster and real estate mogul, Jerry Gurley. They received a poor offer from him, and they declined. Unfazed, Jerry Gurley, with the help of his notary, forged all 6 signatures of the family members onto the deed, filed it into the property records, and with the help of the corrupt and now defunct Patriot Title Company, sold it to a bona fide third-party purchaser who bulldozed their home down.
This is what the house looked like. The home is gone, with it generations of family history, including irreplaceable family heirlooms and photos. Vanessa says it was a devastating blow.
We were flabbergasted. We were absolutely flabbergasted because, first of all, I was in ICU when they forged my signature, having open heart surgery, so there was no way I was there.
Court documents show a judgment finding Gurley civilly liable in this case and ordered to pay the family $200,000. But they say they have not seen a penny. That's why they're now asking Houston police to pursue criminal charges.
It's just unbelievable that nobody can find him and make him fess up to what he's done, first of all, and then pay restitution for it. No, we just want justice done, and we don't want him to be able to be left in a position to do this to other families.
Is that why you're speaking out?
Yes, absolutely. We want him to hurt bad enough to not do this again.
Now, today I reached out to Gurley's attorney, but I'm still waiting to hear back.
All right, Jillian, the attorney said that the title company involved is no longer in operation.
Yeah, that's right, but what we can tell you is prior to it shutting down, Patriot Title had been sued for similar issues more than 20 times and was under investigation by the Harris County District Attorney. Back to you.
Well, only on Fox here tonight, a 77-year-old grandmother is on the verge of being evicted from her 3rd Ward home after her own son forged the deed to her house and then shot himself. Fox 26's Randy Wallace reports from the elderly woman's home.
August 13th of last year was a day that would forever change Barbara Arnold's life. Her 53-year-old son, Jeremiah, or Jerry as he's called, had a disturbing confession.
If I stop, he said, I'm going to kill myself. And I asked him not to do that, and then he hung up the phone.
Jeremiah Arnold was being chased by the police after he robbed a bank. Before taking his own life, he urged his mother to check the deed on her house. Barbara Arnold would later learn her own son forged her name on the deed and sold her house to investors.
She never signed anything, and she couldn't understand how her house wasn't her house.
The simple fact of the matter is my client didn't sign the deeds that would have been required to give title to him to transfer to someone else.
And he was very rude.
It sounds like you're dealing with people that they don't care that you own this house outright and you've owned it for many years. Their attitude is, we got a deed.
Yes.
It's our house now, so tough for you. Right?
That's the way that he, and I said, mister, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you. I've never heard from you. And then I said, and I did not sign any papers. I did not sell my house. This was Jeremiah's room.
Oh, this is Jerry's room? Jeremiah's room?
So we have two properties. One is Miss Arnold's homestead. That was one of the fraudulent transactions, and another one was a property on which she was intending to fix up and lease out to provide her some income in her later years.
You have a spirit. You have a good spirit.
She's already spent 17 grand on an attorney.
Yes, already. And so she's needing help. I'm just praying that someone would see this, have the compassion of Jesus, and help her with the finances so that she can get to the win that she deserves.
Have you forgiven Jerry?
Yes, I have. And I wonder, well, why, because he tried to make things better for us. He always was that, even in school.
It sounds like Jerry's heart was in the right place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you'd like to help Barbara keep her house, there's a GoFundMe on my Facebook page. There's an email address on our website. Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.